Missy with B&M Crop Consulting. We're here in the shop today just talk a little bit about the project we did with our test plot planner, working with Farm Journal and several companies. So a lot of times you don't always just got to start with a brand new planner. What we chose to do here was buy a used bar on an auction, a Kinsey bar here as you can see, and then we went ahead and just rebuilt it. So we've added a lot of great technologies to this. I'll just kind of go through some examples of what we've done to this planner. So we start here with the row unit itself. So one of the first things we did here is put on some row cleaners. So we have Martin row cleaners on here. They are in what I call an interlock position, so the fingers here are interlocked, really helps move a little more trash out of the way. I have a clean sweep air cylinder in here. This allows me to have cab control, so I can adjust the pressure on these from the cab. So I can do a really good job of keeping them fine-tuned for the different conditions I'm planting into. As we come back here on the disc openers, we went with the GBGI disc openers. These are really good as far as not having a lot of warp in them. We could really get our point of contact set good and have a very minimal on its variation for our point of contact when we check these. So really pleased with these blades and what we're able to do to create that true V opening. Coming to the gauge wheel here, we have an open spoke gauge wheel here from Yetter. With good rubber on it here, making sure you got a good lip. Of course, these need to be set tight and properly is one of the big keys there. We also have, with the gauge wheels, we put new arms on. These are just Kinsey arms, but we went with a Copperhead Ag rebuild kit here. This is really allowing these gauge wheels to stay tight. So I highly recommend taking a look at this from RK Products through Copperhead Ag, but does a good job when I get these set for just staying tighter longer as I'm going through my planting season. Also on here, I'm running a seed firmer, a Keaton seed firmer here, to make sure I'm getting the seed down into the bottom of the trench itself. And then in this example, I actually have the furrow force for a closing wheel on here, but we also run some closing wheels with a Yetter tail assembly, a true closer, and several different closing wheel options. We worked with a lot of these different companies on closing wheels. We run cast iron closing wheels also from SI Distributing. And as far as the nutrition on this planner, we're looking at, in this case, the FurrowJet. So the FurrowJet, we're running 1034.0 out here in the wings, and then we're running in-furrow products right here out of the center. So on this planner, as part of the precision planting, we also have V-Apply HD, so we're basically monitoring and controlling the rate that's being applied here. We also have a 2x2 system, so these are the traditional manufacturer coulters here from Kinsey, and we're placing our higher volume 2x2 type fertilizer with that. And then to run this, we've got, as far as electric pumps, I got 2 electric pumps, one to run what's going on in the wings, a second one to run what's in furrow. We work with Schaffert manufacturing on those. You can see our towers up there. Again, to make sure we're getting the proper rates on. And then for our 2x2, we're running that off a precision hydraulic drive. The other thing on the planner that it's equipped with, on the down pressure side of it, we're running hydraulic Downforce from Precision Planting here, the Delta Force. We went ahead and put on the heavy duty parallel arms as part of that, and that's really important when we add hydraulic Downforce, make sure we have the heavy duty. These are from Schlips Ag out of Indiana. And then the meters themselves, we're running the V-Set and V-Drive from Precision Planting. So we've put this entire planner together to try to basically have what I would call a Cadillac planner. Now we're doing a lot of test plots with this as part of the Farm Journal program, but it's still important with whatever we're doing to make sure our planner is set up right. So as you get ready for your planting season, we do want to make sure that you're going basically what we call from the hitch pin to the closing wheels and go through our 10-point planner checklist. If you haven't taken a look at our online video series for that, there's a link below and you can take a look at that to make sure your planner is all set for this spring. Just again to wrap up, a huge thank you to all our cooperators that helped us with this planner. We had 7 different companies help us work on this planner, as well as a couple other dealers. We had PM Precision help us out, as well as Mavis MeterMax out of Edgerton. Again, a big thanks to everybody, and make sure your planner's all ready for this season.